Good morning from Cholula, Mexico. Now, we are just outside of Puebla City, and a lot of people wonder if Cholula is worth a day trip on its own, or is it just a smaller version of Puebla City? Now, to be honest, when I was researching all of the things that I wanted to eat here, it was hard to find Choluteca food that wasn't just versions of Poblano classics. But you don't know until you go. And so that's what we're doing today. We are going to walk around, eat local food, see the town, and decide, is Cholula really special? Is it worth a day trip? And of course, I'm here with Alan. We got a taxi only 30 minutes from Puebla City, and it dropped us off at the market. That's the first place we thought we wanted to eat, because I'm looking for a pre-Hispanic dish before the Spanish, and we thought it would be in the market, but the lovely ladies there said, no, you actually have to go outside. People on the street helped us even more by saying, you need to head to the portales. And I can't believe that we didn't remember, when you first go to a city, the first place you need to go is the Zocalo. So that's where we are. What do you see?
A squirrel.
A squirrel! I'm going to get a picture of this dish so I know exactly what we're getting. It is. It's a soup. It's a soup. Okay. So this soup that I am looking for apparently is only really used in festivities, and none of the restaurants here in the Portales have it. One person did know about it, so that was good, but I think it might be a dish that people have at home, and it's basically like an ancient dish. So I don't know. I'm going to have to move on to my next dish that I want to try. Now, if you are interested in food from Cholula, I will put a QR code right here and link in the description just to give you my list of things that I would like to eat. And if I find the places that definitely have them, like the Sopa Choluteca, I'll put that in the blog post. All right, so we're gonna head to the market. But the reason I really wanted to feature this dish was because it's pre-Hispanic, so before the Spanish, and Puebla was built by the Spanish. And so the food here in Cholula historically has been very different because it's just so much older. Now, it's believed Cholula has been around since 800 to 200 BC, originally by the Olmecs that built the famous pyramid here that the church is on top of. And then the Cholutecas were here for a very long time, and unfortunately, after many battles, finally succumbed to the Aztecs until the Spanish came along. Anyway, let's go to my favorite place. Let's go to the market to have breakfast. Ready to eat? Yeah. Panza. Do you want to try that? Oh, she's saying that hers isn't too sweet.
Este es el que nosotros preparamos, no
Ah. It's good. All right, mole de panza. It's hot. Caliente. Okay, tiene.
Este es el adobito de res.
¿Es de res?
De res. Adobo.
Oh, that's good. Spicy.
Mole verde con calabazas y carne de puerco. ¿Quiere usted probar la panza?
Una de panza y una de esta.
Adobo.
Sí, adobo. Gracias. All right. I think we came to the right place. I feel really good about this. Okay. 2 rice. Gracias. Everywhere we go, we have to tell people like Alan is Asian, so he needs more rice because they give a little bit of rice and then other things. But when he saw this bowl of rice, I actually ordered rice as well, even though I don't usually eat it because I thought he needed to. This place, yeah, this is a good stop.
Hey, señorita.
Ah, gracias. Caliente. In an adobo sauce, but you like this. And then this one is the stomach of the cow that you will like. I'm so glad that we came back to this place. Maybe it wasn't what I had in mind, but it's actually kind of what I needed right now because the woman here, so nice. When we got here, I knew that I wanted to try the cazuelas. So cazuela is the stewed, the simmered meats in sauce. And what's awesome was she had mole de panza, which is a dish that Alan loves. We have tried it in Puebla, and basically it is the cow stomach, but something he has from his home. So whenever we can find dishes that are kind of similar, it reminds him that he's not on the opposite side of the world from his family. But I want to get into this. It looks so good. It comes with rice, or you can have noodles, and then also with tortilla, which they warm up. I can see, oh my God, this beef is so tender. It's just breaking apart. It's smoky adobo. It is delicious. This is the mole de panza. It is a, it says it's mole, but it actually usually has like this is a thinner sauce, but it is cow stomach. I'm gonna get one of the small pieces. It's very nice and light. It melts in your mouth. I know cow stomach sounds weird, but it tastes good. And I have to say, Alan, I think it's better here than in Indonesia because it's smoother, like it's soft.
It's not thick.
Yeah, it's not thick, it's not hard, it's very smooth. It's almost like buttery, melts in your mouth. It's really good. That was delicious. 80 each for the dishes that included tortilla, rice, drink, and kind of all the accompaniments with that. But we saw one of the dishes we really want to try. So we're going to, it was actually on my list of things to eat in Cholula. It's pretty Hispanic. And there's some people here that do it. It's super cool. When we were in the market, I saw something that was on my list of things to eat in Cholula, and it is cecina. Now, cecina comes from a tradition of needing to preserve meat before refrigeration. So it is beef that is pound or cut very thin, and then they salt it, and then it's air or sun dried. And you can find it in the market. Lots of the butchers will have it. You can find it here stacked. Some of the butchers even have a little grill beside them. They'll grill it for you. But we came to this little spot, which already had people in it, so I knew it was going to be good. And they serve it the traditional way in Cholula, which is in a large taco. So we have 125 grams of beef. We've got some avocado, some cactus, some queso fresco, and this beef. I'm just going to try the cecina and then hand the rest to him. Oh man.
You like?
Oh. Do I give it to him? Oh, it's good. It's salted beef, not too salty, but like just rich and full of flavor. So thin, so it's tender because they just grill it very quickly. This is fantastic. I think you're gonna love this. I wish I had more room, but my lunch was like just too much. But this is a good deal. This is 80 pesos and you get so much beef.
This looks thick meat and delicious. Oh yeah.
It's so good.
It's tasty. I mean, the flavor is good. And yeah, with avocado and kind of sauce here. What sauce is this? I don't know. It's like, yeah, it is good. of them is spicy, but for me, no. I like it.
Alan has agreed to share another piece with me, which is very generous because honestly, this is delicious. I'm just gonna take, are you okay if I take a piece with my hand? Okay. And I wanna try some of this sauce. It looks like it's homemade. Oh, this meat is so good. Well, lucky me, Alan said that he was full. This is definitely something you could share. It's a lot of meat. So good. But look at this weather. It is beautiful. You can see they're actually getting ready for Independence Day here, which is happening in a few weeks. They're the Portales Church. And then here, just this park in the Zocalo is so beautiful. So many great trees. We're just looking for a coffee shop because we need some caffeine. But I have to say, this weather was supposed to be bad, and actually it's so lovely. Gracias.
En el centro cubierto.
Okay. She brought me a plate, but will Alan share his pan al chocolate? I don't think so. All right, Alan did give me a small piece of chocolate. One of the things I love about Mexico is that all of the best spots are kind of hidden. It's not like if you're looking for a coffee shop, it'll be just out on the street. And so we found one tucked into this little courtyard, and it's called Amalia. I think it is actually Italian. And initially we were just going to have some coffee, but the service here was so beautiful. You sit down, they immediately bring you water. I love in other countries when they bring you water. I just had a bite of this pan au chocolat, and I said to Alan, this is like the real deal. This is fantastic. We get croissants a lot. Sometimes they're hard. Sometimes I think they came from the supermarket, but this is like real deal, legit pastry. That was just the spot that hit the spot. We needed some caffeine. And that pan au chocolat, I have to say, Alan was right. That was the best one we've had probably, I don't know, in a year, but now we have some energy. And so we're going to have some exercise. We're going to go see the church on top of the pyramid. Okay, first thing we're going to do is go up the hill to the church. Now it looks like it will be a lot, but it's actually not so bad at all from the outside. It's a short walk and it's actually paved. Like they have something down that makes it easier. You can go up the ramp or you can also go upstairs. You do not have to pay to go here. To go into the pyramid complex, you do have to pay. You can see they really made an effort to make this as accessible as possible. And I like that they have many garbage cans because I'm sure people before were just throwing things away that they didn't want to carry. Whew. Okay, these ladies say, that it's easier to go backwards. Whew. But you know what? I need the exercise. And look, here's the church. I'm doing it. If I can do it, you can do it. Whew. Here we go. We made it. High five. We made it. Alan doesn't high five with his left hand. If you're from Indonesia or Asian, you know why. All right. This is Cholula. I can't bring a drone up here, but you actually don't need it. And then over here is Puebla. Also, I am not one of those people who feels like you need to climb to the top of everything. I have gone to the top of many volcanoes, many mountains. It wasn't really a great experience. The worst one, and I think this happens a lot, is I went with a friend up in New Zealand, but it started to hail and snow, and at some point you don't actually get a view. But this is not a volcano. At one point, I think it was considered a very tall pyramid, and it's actually considered the largest pyramid in the world, bigger than Egyptian pyramids, and that is because its total mass, its foundation, is larger. But what is interesting is pyramids here are not like in Egypt. There is no point, and that is because the top is flat, that's where people had ceremonies. Now, that is part of the reason why also the Spanish decided they would put a church here. They wanted to really suppress all indigenous beliefs, and that was one of the easiest ways to do it. And so when you go to Latin America, the churches are always in very important places to people. Dark clouds are coming in, but we are going to go try to see the pyramid before it starts raining. I think we might have an hour or so, which is more than enough time. Good news for Spanish students. If you're taking a class with Spanish Institute in Puebla, you actually get free entry here and a lot of other museums. So they do give you a student card, and many museums in the area recognize this, which is great because if you're not a Spanish student and you're not Mexican, it's 100 pesos. Still very reasonable, but even better free. One moment it's very cloudy and you think it's going to rain. The next moment you're sitting under a tree with locals because it's so hot. Alan gave me his hat and he's putting his flannel on his head because he prefers that. Such a gentleman. This is the main complex here that you can see. There's not a lot to see right now. They say that this amount that's uncovered is actually less than 10% of the entire pyramid, or maybe even more, because many people live on the pyramid and they don't even know it. Like all these houses and buildings here are still on the base of the pyramid. It's that big. So this pyramid was actually built over 1,000 years by various cultures. But you can see this in other places throughout Mexico, including Chichen Itza. You can clap in certain places and the sound bounces back. It's pretty cool. I don't know why. And it's just so fascinating. I mean, Cholula has been around, they think, 1800 to 200 BC, which is pretty insane. And now we're just trying to understand what existed here. And this ends our tour of Cholula. So, do I think Cholula is worth a day trip of its own? Absolutely. I didn't find food that was completely different, but it does have a different vibe. It's much more relaxed. I can see why people live here. I think Puebla is great to visit for a couple of weeks, but I'm starting to think if we were going to stay somewhere longer term, it would be one of the smaller cities around it. Cholula, La Scala, they're only half an hour away, and yet it just feels a little bit more relaxed. I love the cafe that we were at and the market, and yeah, I would definitely come back longer term.